my gosh. Look at this dude. This is crazy. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. My name is Tyler, and today we're going to be talking about my most expensive gecko that I have currently, and kind of like the history of him, because I had him before, then I got rid of him, blah 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 blah. You'll hear that in a second, but we're going to be talking about that. We're going to be talking about what confetti crested geckos are, what inkblot crested geckos are, what super dalmatian crested geckos are, what dalmatian crested geckos are, and giving his whole story. And I'm going to be telling you, if you guys watched my last video, which I'll link that in the description, what two geckos we traded to get him back. So if that's something you're interested in, stick around, and don't forget to check those time codes if you are interested in something specific in this video. You can go down in the description and click on that and then be taken right to that part in the video. So stick around if this is of interest to you. So guys, the two geckos we ended up trading were Chubby and Toby. The reason we ended up trading these two were because they were rescues and they're not going to be in our breeding plans, and I can only keep so many pet only crested geckos, so I ended up having the opportunity to get one of my old ones back that I used to have, so I ended up trading these two to get him back. I will miss them, but we did rescue them, so I'm glad that they're good now. But we ended up getting this guy back. So originally he was produced by Pangea. I ended up buying him from somebody a little while ago, and then he wasn't going to be in my future breeding plan, so I ended up selling him to someone. I ended up reaching out to figure out how he was doing, just checking up on him, and they actually said that they would be willing to trade me some of my geckos for him back because I was interested in getting him back. As soon as I sold him, I regretted it. I knew he was the one that got away, quote unquote, because he's just so beautiful. I mean, technically he's not a confetti because he doesn't have equal color spots, red and white and black, but he does have some of those red spots on him. He's super gorgeous. He's got that brindle. When he does flare, he's not really flaring in this video, but further on in this video we will have some clips of him flaring. But when he does flare, he's a bright yellow color. It's super pretty. You can't really see the brindle when he flares, but when he's not flaring you can see the brindle, which I think is kind of cool. He kind of looks like two totally different geckos when he's flaring and not flaring. But he's got a bunch of those bigger Dalmatian spots, not huge. This is actually a video of him flaring right here. Nice and bright yellow color. You can't really see the reds as much when he's flaring, but when he's not, you can see them a little bit better. But yeah, I mean, he's a gorgeous gecko. I'm super glad that I got him back. You can see some of the reds right there, like on his back in the middle and on his neck. I think he's got some on his legs too, and on his back and on his head and underneath and everything like that. But just as soon as I sold him to the people, I was like, wow, I really should not have done that. I want to get him back. So I waited a few months and then I just checked up on him just to see, you know, how's he doing? Is he doing okay? And they actually said that they would be interested in trading me. If I gave them two geckos, they would give me him back. So I was like, oh, like, no problem, I'll do that. So we kind of discussed which ones they would be interested in, and it ended up being Toby and Chubby, like I said. So I'm kind of sad to see those two go, but I can, like I said, I can only keep so many pet only. And now that we have Rapunzel and we have some other ones too that are pet only, I really couldn't keep that many pet only and not have anybody breeding. So I ended up getting him so I could start breeding again. Him and Sif are actually going to be paired together this year, so this is my main pairing that I have. I'm starting to get back into breeding them slowly. I'm hoping to be going on a bigger scale sometime in the next year or two, probably at the very most, and I'll probably start selling them then. But I want to get established and make sure my lines are good and make sure they've got good structure and good color and good pattern and everything like that. As you can see, his crest on him is amazing. His head has got that big, nice triangle head. His crest is amazing. You can see those red dots and the black dots a little bit better on this side. He's not fully flaring in this video, so you can see kind of the brindle a little bit more and the red a little bit more, because when he flares, like I said, you really can't see those red dots as much because he is so yellow. I can't believe I didn't say this yet, but in case I didn't, his name is Otis. I don't know if I told you guys. Hopefully I did, but if not, his name is Otis. He's super, I mean, he's so gorgeous. Like, the videos can't really put into words how pretty he is. His personality is really calm and chill. Sometimes he'll kind of have like a little spaz moment, but for the most part. He likes to be held, he likes to be out with you, and he's just honestly one of my favorite geckos. I feel like I say that about all my geckos, but him especially, him and Oakley and Squishy are probably my 3 most favorite, just because they're his babies and they look gorgeous and their personality is amazing. Alright guys, that was Otis. So now that we got done talking about Otis, I kind of wanted to go into what inkblots crested geckos look like, what super Dalmatians and what Dalmatians look like. So first, let's just get into what Dalmatians are. The Dalmatians are basically crested geckos that just have the Dalmatian spots. It's self-explanatory pretty much, but I think it's like 20 or so different spots, I think is the technical number. I can't remember off the top of my head. And then for super Dalmatians, which are a lot more spots, I believe those technically have to be, I think, like 100 plus spots. And then basically the difference between that and ink blots are like literally blots of ink, it looks like, were spilled on your gecko. Subscribe if you have not subscribed, like the video, and I appreciate all of you. Thank you for watching, and I will see everybody in the next video.